get hit. So I'm gonna say LeBron James. And you know what? Let the debate begin. And I don't give a rat's ass that they do. I just telling you who I would like. That's all.
I said that LeBron will. I find him to be the most talented player I've ever seen in NBA history. Got a problem with that statement by me?
Well, you sound like you're threatening me.
No, I'm not threatening you. I'm
Karl Malone's opinion on greatness carries serious weight, especially when the conversation turns to LeBron James and Michael Jordan. This is a 2-time MVP, an 11-time All-NBA first-team selection, and a Hall of Famer who finished his career with 36,928 regular season points, which made him the NBA's second leading scorer at the time. So when Malone speaks on what defines an all-time great, fans are naturally going to pay attention. But there's an important distinction here, because some versions circulating online make it sound like Malone delivered one huge televised takedown of LeBron. Unless there's a verified clip or transcript confirming those exact comments, that specific version shouldn't be treated as established fact. What we can discuss is Malone's basketball perspective and the bigger arguments that continue to shape the LeBron versus Jordan debate. For more than a decade, fans have argued over whether LeBron has already surpassed Jordan, or whether Jordan's 6 championships and 6 finals MVPs keep him firmly ahead. And at this point, the debate is so heated that questioning either side can get you labeled a hater almost instantly. LeBron is constantly described as the king, the GOAT, and one of the most dominant players basketball has ever produced. He leaned into that image early, famously appearing on a Sports Illustrated cover as the Chosen One, while still a teenager, and later getting Chosen One tattooed across his back. Then came 2010, when LeBron announced live on television that he was leaving Cleveland for Miami. Since then, practically every major decision in his career has been dissected, from his finals appearances and teammates to the losses along the way. That's exactly why Malone's perspective can add another layer to the conversation. He's not some random former player throwing out a hot take. He's one of the greatest power forwards in NBA history with a resume that speaks for itself. And with that kind of background, Malone's views on what separates true greatness from everybody else are always going to bring another level of heat to the GOAT debate.
Oozing out. You can feel it. You can feel it just oozing out. Yeah.
Who would you rather have as a teammate? Jordan? Or LeBron? Or LeBron?
You got a man, hold on. Do you have a man crush on Michael Jordan today? What's the deal here? I don't know. I'm just asking that question here. Hold on. Do Dan Patrick, my friend, my buddy, have...
Malone has spoken highly of Michael Jordan and has shown respect for players who continue competing through difficult circumstances. That connects directly to one of the biggest questions in the LeBron versus Jordan argument. How much should championships and changing teams matter when judging an all-time great? Ask former NBA players whether LeBron is the GOAT, and many will give the cautious answer that he belongs in the conversation, while different eras make direct comparisons difficult. And honestly, that's fair, because Jordan and LeBron played in different eras, under different rules, with different styles and competition. But once the resumes come out, that careful answer usually disappears. LeBron has 4 championships in 10 finals appearances, while Jordan went 6 for 6 in the finals and won 6 finals MVPs. Those numbers are undeniable, but the meaning behind them is where the argument really starts. Jordan supporters see the perfect finals record as the clearest evidence of dominance. LeBron supporters counter that making 10 finals is an extraordinary accomplishment on its own, especially in a team sport. Still, Jordan's 6 for 6 run is one of the hardest things for his critics to overcome. He reached 6 finals, won every series, and never needed a Game 7 in the finals. That incredible stretch remains a major reason so many former players still rank him first. Then you get into LeBron's team changes, which takes the debate to another level. He left Cleveland in 2010 to join Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh in Miami, creating a loaded roster that instantly became the center of the basketball world. He eventually returned to Cleveland, where the Cavaliers brought in Kevin Love to play alongside LeBron and Kyrie Irving. Then in Los Angeles, Anthony Davis arrives to create another championship-level pairing. Critics point to that career path and argue that LeBron had to move from team to win. That argument resonates with fans who believe the GOAT should build something and stay through the difficult years. LeBron supporters see it differently, pointing out that stars have changed teams throughout NBA history, and that he still had to deliver when the pressure was highest. And then there's the 2011 Finals, the series his critics continue to bring up. Miami had LeBron, Wade, and Bosh, but Dirk Nowitzki and the Dallas Mavericks won the championship in 6 games. LeBron averaged 17.8 points in that series, far below his normal production, while his 8-point Game 4 became one of the most heavily criticized performances of his career. That's the type of moment Jordan supporters used when discussing mentality and the ability to close on basketball's biggest stage. LeBron supporters respond that one poor final series can't erase 2 decades of elite production, 4 championships, 4 finals MVPs, 4 regular season MVPs, and the NBA's all-time scoring record. And that's why the GOAT conversation gets so heated. Saying LeBron isn't the GOAT is completely different from saying he isn't one of the greatest players basketball has ever seen. Even his biggest critics still have to account for the enormous resume he built. Ultimately, it comes down to what you value more: longevity, production, and versatility, or championship perfection and peak dominance. That's where Malone's perspective fits into the debate.
If championships, competitive mentality, and Jordan's perfect finals record carry the most weight, LeBron has a difficult case to overcome. But if sustained dominance and longevity matter more, LeBron's argument becomes much harder to dismiss. That's exactly why this debate refuses to die, because one opinion from an NBA legend can still send fans into complete chaos. And once Malone gets brought into the GOAT conversation, the internet takes over almost immediately. Clips, quotes, reactions, and alleged interview moments can spread across Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube before anyone even checks the original source. Jordan fans take one side, LeBron fans take the other, and suddenly everybody's arguing. But there's a major issue with some of the Malone quotes circulating online. Several of the most explosive statements are difficult to verify as direct comments from a specific televised interview. So rather than attaching words to Malone that may not be confirmed, it makes more sense to focus on the actual resume behind this debate. LeBron has 4 championships across 10 finals appearances, and his supporters view those 10 trips as evidence of remarkable consistency and longevity. His critics look at the 6 finals losses and compare them directly with Jordan going 6 for 6 in the finals. The numbers are identical, but the interpretation couldn't be more different. Jordan's resume includes 6 finals appearances, 6 championships, and 6 finals MVPs. For anyone who measures greatness primarily by winning at the highest level, that is basically the standard. LeBron supporters immediately point out that reaching 10 finals, including 8 straight from 2011 through 2018, should not somehow become a negative. Then the conversation shifts from statistics to the eye test, and that's when things really get heated. Jordan and Kobe Bryant became known for wanting the biggest shots late in games and representing that fearless scoring mentality. LeBron's critics have sometimes argued that he passes too often in those moments, while his supporters say making the right pass to an open teammate is simply smart basketball. And the second somebody brings up the 2011 finals, the entire conversation changes. Miami had LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh, but Dirk Nowitzki and the Dallas Mavericks defeated the Heat in 6 games. LeBron averaged 17.8 points per game in that series, and his 8-point Game 4 remains one of the lowest moments of his postseason career. For his critics, that series is the clearest evidence against his GOAT case, but his defenders point to everything that happened afterward. LeBron eventually won 4 championships, collected 4 finals MVPs, and delivered numerous historic playoff performances. So 2011 absolutely matters, but it doesn't automatically define a career that has lasted more than 2 decades. Then there's the team switching argument, which has followed LeBron years. He played in Cleveland, moved to Miami, returned to Cleveland, and eventually went to Los Angeles. In Miami, he joined Wade and Bosh, while his second Cleveland run included Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love. With the Lakers, he eventually teamed up with Anthony Davis. Critics compare that path with Jordan, who spent his championship years building a dynasty in Chicago. Critics of LeBron's career path will say a GOAT should elevate one franchise rather than repeatedly changing teams. But that doesn't mean Jordan carried Chicago by himself. Scottie Pippen became a Hall of Famer on his own, while Jordan also had elite coaching and talented championship teams around him. That context is what keeps this argument from being as simple as a few viral sound bites. The facts are straightforward. Jordan went 6-0 in the finals, LeBron is 4-6, and LeBron reached 10 finals overall. The real disagreement is how much each of those accomplishments should matter. One side emphasizes championships, while the other points to longevity, production, versatility, and LeBron becoming the NBA's all-time leading scorer. Then somebody brings up Jordan's perfect finals record, and the argument starts all over again. The same caution applies to claims that LeBron supposedly went silent because Malone's comments struck a nerve. Unless LeBron directly responds to a specific Malone statement, his silence doesn't prove anything. He could disagree, not care about the debate, or simply decide that not every GOAT argument deserves a response. And vague comments from other former players shouldn't automatically be treated as hidden shots at LeBron either. A liked post or a comment about championship DNA doesn't become evidence of beef unless that person actually identifies who they were talking about. Turning every vague remark into a secret feud might create attention, but it can also turn speculation into something it was never confirmed to be. What this debate really highlights is a much bigger divide between generations. Older school fans often place more value on championships, loyalty, physical toughness, and late-game scoring mentality. LeBron's generation tends to emphasize longevity, efficiency, versatility, player movement, and sustained dominance. Those two definitions of greatness continue to collide. Fans who watched Jordan dominate the 1990s often see his peak, 6 championships, and 6 finals MVPs as the ultimate benchmark. Younger fans who grew up watching LeBron point toward his extraordinary longevity, all-time scoring numbers, versatility, and 10 finals appearances. Two generations are essentially using two different measuring sticks, and neither side seems ready to back down. That's why Malone's perspective gets people talking in the first place. His resume gives his basketball opinions credibility, but one former player's view isn't enough to settle the GOAT debate. And because some quotes attributed to Malone online are difficult to verify, the strongest argument is still the one based on what we actually know. Jordan has the championship dominance, while LeBron has unprecedented longevity and production. The media can argue about it, former players can argue about it, and fans can keep debating it all day. Jordan has the perfect 6-0 finals record, while LeBron has 4 championships, 10 finals appearances, 4 MVPs, 4 finals MVPs, and the NBA's all-time scoring record. So which resume deserves the crown? That part is up to you, so drop your GOAT pick in the comments and explain why. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe, and send this to another basketball fan who's ready to argue.